about Cameroon. Number 1. Cameroon is the first African country to reach the quarter-final in Soccer World Cup. Number 2. The official languages in Cameroon are French and English. They also have other native African languages. Number 3. Cameroon celebrated its first Independence Day from the France and England on October 1st, 1960. And number 4. The religions followed in Cameroon are mostly Christianity and Islam. Number 5. More than 30% of the total population lives at less than $1.25 per day. Number 6. Cameroon is famous for producing coffee, cocoa, cotton, bananas and oil seeds. Number 7. Cameroon has the tallest mountain in West Africa, Mount Cameroon. Number 8. Cameroon is one of the wettest lands on the earth with annual rainfall of about 1,028 centimeters. Number 9. The Cameroon flag has a star in 3 colors, green for vegetation, red for independence and yellow for sunshine. Number 10. Cameroon is a Portuguese word meaning river of palm. That's all.
Time today to be interviewed by us. I know how busy you can be towards the end of semester. Well, before we proceed with the interview, let me first introduce ourselves. We are a group of students from Unita College for International Business subject. We were given an assignment to help the government of Malaysia and businesses which are operating in the country to understand a foreigner who is in Malaysia and to propose to both the government and the enterprises on how to better to cater you. And therefore, at the end of this interview, we hope that we will be able to gain some useful insights and information from you, so that without further ado, let us begin with our interview. Can you first introduce yourself?
Okay, I'm Inji Ju. I'm a student in Malaysia for almost 3 years, and I'm Cameroonian. Okay, I come from Cameroon, from the capital city Yaoundé. Then I'm a student here at Westminster International College. So I'm a student there since, if I'm not mistaken, 2013 or 14.
Malaysia, my name is Siti Shazina. Beside Malaysia, have you been to any foreign country before?
Oh man, beside Malaysia, yes, I've been to a few foreign countries. I've been to Russia. Before I come to Malaysia, I've been to Russia, but while being in Malaysia, I've been to Germany, because in Germany my sister staying there, so I've been there recently. Last 3 months ago, I went there. So I have a chance not only to visit Germany, but I have a chance to visit Germany and few other European countries, since it's the European Union, as you know. Wow.
Some research about your country from Cameroon.
Yeah.
They have 2 official languages,
Yes.
and 250 unofficial languages or dialects.
Yeah.
That's so amazing. Can you name a few?
We have like my own hometown. We have, because my father and my mother, they have 2 different languages. For me, I will say my father will speak the Bagante. We call it Bagante, and then my mother will speak the Malingu. Then we have the Douala, the Bassa. We have so many different languages.
Been to Cameroon, but I'm a very big fan of your Cameroon football team, especially Sam Molito actually. So I've seen a lot of videos about your country in YouTube, and I've learned from the video that the Cameroon currency is Central Africa franc, which is the currency of 6 dependent of African countries. Okay, I also learned that the largest city of Cameroon is Yaoundé. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yaoundé. Okay.
Okay, and the current president of your country is Mr. Paul Biya. Can you tell me about more about your hometown and also the ideology of your hometown?
I will say that yes, I mean your fact are right because definitely we have a president. I can share to you that he is already 36 years on the power. This is you can see yes, the capital city as you see is Yaoundé. It's a city where I was born. I grew up there. I did all my studies there. So then the rest is that it's Cameroonians are really fantastic people. I can say that we are really good people, hardworking, quite smart people. The fact is that we have most of our intellectual abroad. Basically, mostly they will be in France, not only in France but in other countries. So they are really. He will go even in France. They have been in France. They have been established there. They have the citizenship there. Some have become even mayor in France. Some are playing also for the French national team. I believe that maybe if you're interested in football, you know Kylian Mbappe. Mbappe is actually he's a Cameroonian. As hard as we can. So
Thank you for the explanation on Cameroon ideology. Now we've learned about the Cameroon ideology. We are so curious to know about the economy. Can you please explain us about the economic stages and also what type of economy you use in Cameroon?
yes, when I was as I was telling previously, our economy is more close as. If you want to understand our economy, you have to go back a bit about the history. Because why? Because about the history. Because basically we were colonized by two countries. I mean, the first was by Germany during the World War II. Once the Europe won the war, so they take back Cameroon into Germany colony as a Germany colony. So what they did was they divide the country. They divide our country into two. After after the war, they decide to the citizens start to fight to reunify the whole country. But they already from there start to have two different cultures. Even though they have two different cultures, the French take the bigger part. So the English part have to merge with the French part. That's why we have the part that you all read that we have two languages, French and English as official language. So we reunite both parts of the country to make one country. From there we have one currency, but the currency again was related to the ex-colony, which is French. Sorry, you see the name of the currency, but for us it's everything because basically I'm an international business student as well. So from where I study also, we have this curiosity to know what is happening about the currency. And as you also a student as me, we all know that the currency is something very important. Even as Malaysian, you can control your own economy with your currency. But the thing is right now, our currency is not controlled by us. Our currency basically is controlled by French. So any exchange that we have to do from our central bank, we need to pass back from the French central bank to come back to us. So if you can imagine how is it, like we cannot, I can say that our currency is stable. Our currency don't fluctuate. It's stable. Of course, all these things we can fake our economy. So the fact is that most of our items are really expensive. The lifestyle really is mostly quite expensive.
We also would like to know about the Cameroon culture. Can you explain us Cameroon culture?
We have a quite diverse culture, diverse in terms of music or either music or our music was quite famous. I say was because yes, it's still a bit, but I can say right now mostly is Nigerian music more famous in Africa nowadays. But those days we were really famous. Sport, as he mentioned, we are quite famous. But as I say again, we have won like 4 to 5, I think 5 times African.
We are moving on to more personal question about your daily life in Malaysia. What is your typical days?
Typically, since I'm here for study, basically my day will be school, after school, home, here for quite long. I have local friend, as I was telling you. I have Indian friend, I have one good Malay friend as well, and some Chinese friend as well. In my school, there 80 to 90% of students are foreigner. They are not local. So I have more friend foreigner than local, definitely, because I've been always with foreigners since I come here.
The most important question in this issue. You have been in Malaysia for about 3 to 4 years, so for sure you have faced issue in Malaysia. So can you tell us what is the major issue that you face in Malaysia?
In Malaysia, one of the most difficult part for us, especially me as because I don't want to talk about all the foreigner. I will talk about me. I will talk about the color I represent, meaning African. Malaysia, they have already a name, and the name is not good. I can say it. So when we come here, we have that perception. So first of all, we all consider us Nigerian. I'm sure that if she never approached, or your group will never approach me, basically when you come to me, you were thinking for sure he is Nigerian, or some will go for South Africa. But they have a very less knowledge about us. Then they will reflect or relate themselves basically on what the media say.
What about your consuming behavior and the thing that you consume, and how did you purchase the product or service?
Basically, for I will in Malaysia, I will say that as a student, basically we will go all the way for cheap. I can say in advance that I think I'm really happy is because Malaysia have this policy of student card make me spend less. So one thing I'm happy. I first find some easier place, a cheaper place to purchase things, and I was really cost conscious. I was really looking to cost for whatever I'm doing. For me, it was really important. So from there, I start to check when I will go. And when I reach here, I was in Subang area. On that time, it was Carrefour, the French one. Carrefour was still around. So because when I come, I think 1 year after I come, a few weeks or 3 months, then they move out. So they were quite cheap already, but after that I started to check. So basically, I won't buy things that I don't need. I won't buy things that is really not important for me, whether for my studies, and I will just go for the important one. For my expenses, basically, I will just use because when I come here, my school allowed me to do a CMB card, so I will use my CMB card for my payment or whatever.
Where and how you buy the products and services that you need? Is it easy for you to get the services from Malaysia and also the local products?
To get local products, yes. Services, right now we have a lot of online stuff. It's easier. But when I first come, there is certain things. But yes, online are easier. But again, like you have some things like you have to do on your own. Like you have to go to the office. Like those days, I have an issue with my payment for TMB in Subang. I make a payment to the E-point, what they call it, the TM point. The payment is supposed to be transferred to TMB, but he was not done. So I went to them and asked them, they say, you have to go and complain yourself to TNB. When I went to TNB, they have an agency in Subang, SS15. When I went there, I was first shocked that the office there, how I say again, the culture, you have to, I was shocked when I went to the office, you have to remove your shoes to go in. Which is secondly is that the form also to fill up for the complaint is in Malay. So, but this is like I can say like when I just come here, so it was a bit like, but right now I know how to overcome all this stuff. Then one more thing is that from that time and until now, you have a lot of online stuff that they bring up, so it's much more easier. You won't go through this hassle or all this issue. But as I can say that if the online one, yes, it's easier. The shop one is easier as well, because you might not speak. Sometimes you have some host or hostess, they will be there, they cannot speak fully English, but again it's easier, you can still manage to survive. That one is easier, but you have a main issue, you have to go to the office of any company, it's quite difficult. Then you go to their website, sometimes they don't have English, they have only Bahasa. So thank God that Google Translate, sometimes you press something, you then translate everything. So
Very well, sir. I'm afraid that's all the time we have today. Once again, on behalf of my team, I would like to say thank you for taking your time to be with us today. And thank you as well for sharing such a valuable information that we all can benefit from. I hope by getting all the information from you today, we will be able to help the government of Malaysia and all the businesses operating in the country to understand you better, so that in return we can cater to your needs better. With this, I end this interview and have a good day.
As we can see, Angel as a foreign student in our country faced with some issues such as difficulties in getting an information from TNB, language barriers and difficulties to rent a house.
Yeah, we would like to suggest the government to make sure TNB or TM to have a specialist authorities that able to handle foreign people in Malaysia whenever they need any information. For example, government should introduce the bilingual language documents. Hence, the government should hire employees that having the efficiency communicating in English as the frontliner and assist the foreigner constantly.
I am so agree with you. Angel also face an issue whenever he want to rent a house or room. The government should prepare a few units of houses in most residential area and buildings specifically for the foreigner. Moreover, whenever there is a new project to build any houses, condominium or hostel, the government should concern for the foreign people too by providing a few houses to be rented by them.
I am absolutely agreed. Language barrier is the most common issue that faced by the foreigner, therefore government should use visual methods of communication especially on any customer service counter to ease the foreigner people to understand the information they need. In addition, the government should provide an interpreter who is able to speak and understand multi-languages to convey the important message, information, instruction and feedback for the foreigner. As a conclusion, having an international student in Malaysia is the most delightful thing to see because it creates more diversity in our country. The Malaysian government should be more aware of the issue that faced by foreigner since there are always be an international student studying, traveling and visiting Malaysia. By facilitate them, it's going to be easy for the foreigner to survive or live in Malaysia. Thanks for watching our video. Till see you again. Bye bye.